that's the challenge of it. The fact that it's so much information out there. It's so much information out there that it's real easy to get overwhelmed by it. It's just so much out there. And also, I'll say this last thought that although the information is out there, we still have to be mindful of the authors because.
All right, bro, let's wrap it up. We got a show to do, Steve.
Okay. People have agendas and put stuff out there that's not always the truth, in closing.
All right. Hey, all right, everybody. Let's welcome. We'd like to welcome y'all to Real Brothers Live. This is Real Brothers for the Real World. And I'm TL, and that's my man Stace. And we got a good show planned for y'all tonight. Stace, hit us up and tell us what we working with.
All right, y'all. What's up? Welcome to the Digital Neighborhood, another episode of the Real Brothers for the Real World. Terry coming from North Carolina, me from Philly. We hope you'll join us. We got the link out there while we're talking. Terry will put the link out there, and we will periodically, we talked about it, we will periodically repost the link so that if you have the desire to join us, the link will be out there for you to do that. All right, so we got a couple good topics that we're going to run through today. And like as customary, if you have input or you want to join us, click the link and you have your chance to give your input. All right, the 4 topics. Do we really want everybody's support? I don't mean to be a pain, but will New York's first Black female police commissioner make a difference? And lastly, COVID, the second shutdown. All right, Nike. Before we tackle those, though, do you have a random?
Hey, yo, you know what, man? I didn't have a random, but I
just
got a random.
You said you do. All right,
yo,
got, I got one too, man.
All right. Well, let me throw this one out here first because this is real shit. All right. Yo, so when I was getting out the shower today, right? Mm-hmm. So, I had washed my hair and everything. Mm-hmm. And then I'm getting all my shit together, blah, 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 getting ready and everything. And then, I had washed my hair, so I'm drying my hair. So I had my wife's mirror and I turned around and I'm looking in the back of my jaw and seeing how my hair look in the back. Right. And I'm like, yo.
What?
I see a little spot coming in back there.
Like a ball spot?
Yeah, like a little, not a little hole, but it's thinning out that joint, like right back here. It's a thin spot. And I'm like, yo. So, man, if y'all listening, hey, man, is it time to let it go? Because remember, I said I wasn't going to never cut my crown again, but, I ain't going to be walking around with a convertible top either.
You mean is it time to go bald? You like me cut it all off?
Yeah. Is it time to go bald, man? It'd be like Bundini Brown out this joint.
Yo, but I think, to me, I think it's time to go bald when your joint is not looking right.
Well, to me, in the back, that shit ain't looking right. You know what I mean? It's like...
Is it like a big hole?
It ain't a big hole, but it's
big
enough.
Let me ask this. Can you tell that is? Would you say that you can tell that it's balding, or is it just like
It's thinning.
It's thinning. Okay.
Yeah.
I think that once it gets to the point where it's looking bad,
right,
to you, and that's real important to you. Once you feel like it's looking bad to you, then that's something different. But other than that, man, you rock your joint. I just think, listen to this.
But I ain't trying to rock my joint. You know what I'm saying? Oh, wait. Joni Jasper said, no, hold up. Let's see what Joni got to say about this joint. Hold up, Joni.
What's she?
Yeah, we might have to.
Here she go. I can read it. Did you put it up? Okay.
Yeah, I put it up. Get some tea tree oil and some Jamaican black castor oil. You got some time before you got to go bald.
Wow.
Oh, all right. Well, she just saved the brother then. We appreciate you.
And that's what I'm saying. I think once it gets to the point where you can't do anything about it and it's looking bad, then it's like, all right, what are you trying to hold on to? And the other thing too, though, Nike, I think that it's one thing to say, all right, I'm going to cut it, and go bald like that, or versus is looking raggedy and I can't save it because it's looking bad. I think there's a difference. You know what I mean? And I think
it's cool. See, you can see it
hold
ain't.
up, hold
It's
up.
all good, all up the top and all
Yeah.
that, but it's a little spot back here, and it's like, yo, it's getting kind of thin, son.
Now, once it looked like you only have a bang, because
I just don't want to be like Bundini Brown out this joint,
night.
or Eddie Murphy from The Golden Child. You know what I'm saying?
I didn't know who that was. I think night. Once the only thing you had left is a little piece of the top, then it's time to get rid of it.
Yo, I might just keep a couple dreads up here and just cut the rest and just
no. Once you talking about keeping a couple, get rid of it. Get rid of it. All right, I got a random. Well, mine is a random, but it's also an acknowledgement and also a thank you. Before we got on today, I went down to my man Eat Poet. He had a little powwow, a little men's powwow night. It was about me, Shy, Sam, 2 young boys, me, Shy, and one other, Greg. So it was about 5 adult men and 2 young fellas that joined us. And it was just a little get together, black men coming together.
You wanted to thank?
Say it again.
You said you wanted to thank E?
He was on before. Eat a Poet.
Yeah.
Shice was there. Sam was there. Greg was there. And like I said, the 2 young boys. But the whole point of it was just to get together and talk as men. And one of the things we talked about is how, and we touched on it one time on the podcast, men, we don't talk. Women can get together and give each other a shoulder to cry on, or even just that listening ear to talk about what they feel, they feel. And he set it up. Like I said, he put little topics in the hat. We got together, we conversated, and it was nice. We had, we took something
at
to
the
drink.
Barbershop?
Said no, it was at his crib.
Oh, at the crib. All right.
But I think the overarching theme that I took out of it was just setting a situation for men to get together and exchange ideas.
Right.
So I want to thank him for that, but also, Nike, say that more of us need to do that. We talked about it one time before, how men, we feel certain ways, but we don't have a venue or an opportunity to do anything with those feelings. And I say feelings for a reason, because so many of us, we think things through. We're thinking people. We think. And we suppress the feelings, and we don't do anything with those at all. And that can eventually explode,
Right.
unless you're fortunate enough to have, a mentor or somebody else that you can kind of do something with it. Other than that,
Well, that was one of the reasons that we were trying to get the community center built. You know what I mean? Just
that was
for
one of the things
people,
you talked about, right?
you know what I mean? So people will have an outlet to congregate,
But now
without being religious, religion based.
But right now on this one though, I'm specifically talking about men.
Right.
I'm specifically talking
You
about
can
men.
have you can have men get to, like, that's what I'm saying. It's cool that he had it at his house, and we need more of that as well.
Right. Period.
But we do need a place where we can congregate.
Everyone. Right.
You know what I mean? Even if it's men, you're not going to have 500 men at your house. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
If we had a community center or something like that, you could have a crowd of men.
True.
You know what I mean? Or a crowd of women, or a crowd of just folk. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah. Because again, and even thinking about our kids, sometimes, our kids hear us, our young men, our young boys, our sons, I guess I would say. We know that we're there for them for whatever they want, but a lot of times, I think a lot of times they don't feel like they can come to us with everything,
Right.
So I think
a lot of times they don't know we there for them either.
For everything. Correct. Right. True. So again, I want to thank E, and also thank everybody that came out today, and also encourage other men to do the same thing. Real informal, just get together as men and not watching the game and not doing it as a video game and having anything distractive. just get together and talk.
That's why when
No.
I'm in the hood down here, I don't really know nobody down here, but you know me, I don't really need to. If I go through and I see guys hanging out, whatever, I go up, start passing out cards like, yo, man, give me, if y'all, need something or y'all need to talk to somebody, check out my the podcast, my numbers on here, hit me up. You know what I'm saying? We might be able to find you some work, whatever.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
we need to do more of that.
Yeah, we got to do that.
So that was my random. All right. So we got the 4 topics night. What are you thinking, man? How you feeling? Where you want to go? Do we really want everybody's support? Oh, now are we gonna have a visitor tonight? Did you talk?
I don't know if she's gonna be on or not. She never replied back, so we still can get into it. We don't really, if she wants, if she comes on, that's fine. But if not, we can still hit that topic.
So I'm gonna repeat the 4 topics night, and you let me know where you want to go. Do we really want everybody's support? I don't mean to be a pain, but number 3, will New York's first Black female police commissioner make a difference? And number 4, COVID, the second shutdown. What are you thinking, man? Where you want to go, Knight?
Let's hit this one. Will New York's first Black female commissioner make a difference?
Right. Okay. Well, first of all, I don't know. I think.
Do you know her name? What is her name? I would like to.
And I was supposed to look. Yeah. Okay. Why you do that? I think Dinkins was the first Black mayor of New York. Don't quote me on that. All right, because I'm not up on it like maybe I should be. But the new mayor is coming into office like in January or so, a couple weeks. His name is Eric somebody. He's a retired police officer. That's going to be the new mayor of New York City. And there are a lot of high hopes for him. And what he did was his police commissioner that he appointed will be the first Black police commissioner. The first female police commissioner to run the New York. New York. Yeah, right. She's Black, correct.
Right.
But she's the first woman. Period. Is that it?
Teaching Sewell. Yeah,
okay. Yep. She'll be the first woman to run the police department, and she's Black. So the question is, I mean, what do we think about that? Do you think that having a woman in that position will make a difference? What do you think, Knight?
While I appreciate and I applaud her for making it to being the commissioner of New York, one of the biggest police departments. Unfortunately, I'm not sure if she's going to be able to make a change, because with the police department in New York, there's such a, how do you say this? There's some stuff that's been ingrained into that police department. And it's like a blue wall. You heard of the blue wall, right?
Right.
That's been deeply ingrained in the New York police department, like for years. Right.
So you heard of the blue wall,
going
right?
back.
Yeah.
That's the history.
Right.
So, I'm not too sure that I feel confident that she's going to make at least not an immediate change. But maybe she'll make, some changes to the way they police, maybe. But I don't think she'll make any difference as to the actual crime rate.
See,
because that's another issue.
And Knight, you know what though? But you know what, Knight? I think those two, in my opinion, they go hand in hand. I think that in an organization like that,
what goes hand in hand?
The crime rate and the change. I think they go hand in hand. This is what I mean by that. I think that change starts at the top. And I think that the fact that you have someone coming in with a different outlook, and especially a female, I think women, I think, come with a different empathy, more empathy, I think, than men do, especially as it relates to those gray areas. So my hope, and I think that having a female in that position I'm hoping that she'll come in and everything won't see everything as black and white. Maybe she'll be able to see that gray does exist, and people need different crime. Is all crime is just not crime? You know what I mean?
But
And
how
sort of.
but how would that change? How would that change the crime on the street? Like the
Interesting.
thing. So like I said, I applaud her for getting that position, and I hope she does
Absolutely.
make some change. But the thing is, I don't think the change to the actual people on the street, I don't think her getting that job makes a difference to the people on the street who are, hungry, who are trying to provide for their, whoever, even themselves, just trying to eat. Like,
Right.
so, that's where, so we're trying to fix a problem at the top, right?
Right.
Because she's the
Right.
top cop, right?
Now, right.
when
Well,
when
will
the
be.
when the actual problem is all this down here on the street. So we got young folks out here that just out here. They not in school. They not in any kind of college. They don't have no kind of trade. They don't have no kind of, you know what I'm saying? So until we
But
get those folks at the bottom hope, it don't matter who you have at the top.
and I get that, but if she can help or start to change the culture of policing, meaning, all right, y'all, and also hold officers accountable, because I think that's a big thing. I think, unfortunately, the philosophy of policing has been too long cracking heads. So if she can step in that role and say, if you're out there cracking heads, and we deem that you're cracking heads that shouldn't be cracked, they're gonna be consequences for that.
Well,
So
I would just have to see that. I would just have to see that implemented before I could say. And I still don't see how that would change the crime rate, or you know what I mean? Because that
see, but
really
that's
has nothing to do with the actual crime rate. That has
well,
to
see, but
do with
the
how people are policed. That's two
true,
different
but like,
things. That's two
but
different things.
but the crime rate, night, like we agreed one time before, a big part of the crime rate is people not feeling comfortable with the relationship with the police department is ruined
Right,
or
but
strained.
that's relationship with that's how you are policed.
Correct.
That
So right. So what I was gonna say to finish that point, if somebody at the top is saying, stop looking at yourself as an occupying force, go in there and look to build relationships with the community, and look to talk to the people, look to get to know the community. I'm hoping that will make a difference, because again, but you're right though. That is talking about how you're policed. But if she's pushing it down from the top, I don't want you only out there cracking heads. I want you to have a true relationship with that community, and she can soften it up some. I hate to use that word,
right. But see that, like I said, those are two different fights. Those are two different, completely separate battles. How you are policed, and why crime exists in the fashion that it does is not because that they're policed hard or they're policed in a certain way. The issue stems economically. The issue stems educationally. So just having a, whether she's black, white, whatever, at the top, yeah, that's a good start for how people are policed. Yeah, hopefully we don't have any, George Floyd's, or
I mean, that's gonna happen. That's still gonna happen.
or anything like that. You know what I mean? Or what was the guy that was selling the cigarettes?
Right.
Castile, whatever. But
Right.
what I'm saying is that it may help that, right? But it's still not going to help the underlying issue of why crime occurs. See,
No,
everybody looks at the people committing the crimes, or the crimes itself that are being committed.
See,
but
but I look
nobody
at it.
looks at the underlying reason for the crimes.
But Terry, but I look at it from a different perspective, though. I think a lot of the fact that a lot of the reason why we find ourselves in this position now is because the relationship with the police departments are so strained that people don't feel comfortable going to them and saying, listen, I know what happened and this is what happened. Now you do something about it. So my thought is that if we can, and that's why they talk about community policing. If we can make people more comfortable with going to the police office, to the police, or you have a police that's walking the streets and has a relationship, and a crime occurs, and somebody will step up and say, you know, this is what happened, and you know what I mean. I think that can begin to affect the crime rate because again, as I've always said, we know, we for the most part, we know who's doing what. The reason why it perpetuates itself because no one says anything, and those negative actions continue because those people go unchecked and unpunished. So again,
that's the after effect. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm trying to say. Like we always are hitting it from like I said, we're hitting it from the people and the person that commit the crime and the crime, and what should be done about him after they commit the crime like that.
right.
But what we should be focusing on is economically. Why do these certain people need to go out? Why do they feel they need to go out to do crimes in order to survive, right? Why are a lot of our kids not educated? You know what I mean? They don't have the resources or the tools to go out and make a living.
And like, I don't disagree with that. I don't disagree with what you're saying, but I still believe that part of the reason that we find ourselves here now with crime being, on the rise and everything else is because it's going unchecked. And part of the reason that it goes.
So you think we need more policing?
Absolutely.
What?
Absolutely. Yeah. Like, you know what?
You think we need more policing?
Okay, listen to this, Nike. Yeah, I do. And this is what I mean by that.
Wow.
If right now we have people committing crimes on the street, right? Mm-hmm. Robbing stores, or let's just, put it this way. We have people walking in the stores, picking stuff off the shelves and walking out. That's happening. We talked about that before.
Right.
Would that happen to the level that it is if there was a police officer standing at the door of that store? No.
Probably not.
So my point exactly.
Once again, okay. We're at the point where we're punishing the person for taking. Listen,
okay.
We're punishing the person. If we had more police, like you said, right, then we're punishing the person. If he's coming in there and he's stealing food, what does that mean?
Okay. I see what you're saying.
If he's coming in the store stealing food, that means he's hungry, or that means somebody that he knows or directly connected to him needs something to eat.
Right.
So in order to keep that kid or that guy or that girl or whoever from stealing out of this store, we need to give them a way to provide for themselves, and then you won't have to worry about them coming.
Well, now, Nike, you know what? And I agree with that, but what I'm saying is, first, to go back to the first thing you said, though, you're talking about punishing somebody. What I'm saying is a preventive measure would be to have more policing because the crimes won't. I think that people will not commit the crimes as you just agreed to if that police officer is standing at the door. Now, the person that steals for food because they're hungry, you're right. If I'm hungry and I go into the supermarket, I'm going to open up that bread and my stomach is talking to me. I'm going to open up that bread and eat it while I'm in the store. Because, so that's different. But that's not why a lot of that crime happens.
If you grab something off the shelf and you use it and don't pay for it, you just stole it. So, and even if a cop was there, he's not gonna say, "Oh, well, you know, I understand my man was hungry, so I'm gonna give him a break." No, he's gonna throw him in the car and he's gonna take him
See,
wherever he's gonna
well,
take him. And
again,
then, you know what I'm
but
saying?
but I don't think that the majority of the crime, and we're talking about crime now, that and this is just an example that we were using. I don't think that the majority of the crime is happening out of need. I think people are doing things simply because they can, because they know that they can walk. I mean, some people just get the thrill out of just breaking the law. Just the fact that they can do it and get away with it. I think some people do it. So again, I just think that if you can be proactive and have more of a police presence, I think that will prevent you from knocking heads as much.
But so I think we're off topic just a little bit because so how would having a black female commissioner, how does that correlate
Because
to having more police on the street?
Because hopefully, and and I don't mean to be sexist, hopefully she'll come in with more of a natural instinct to be a little more empathetic and maybe not as aggressive, that her first response is to go in and knock somebody's head. And also to say to her officers that report to her, if I find out that you're out there knocking heads, there are going to be consequences to pay for that.
But I thought you and Guy had said a couple weeks ago that New York had defunded the police. So if they defunded the police, they're not looking to put more police officers on the street. They're looking to put other services on the street to deal with other categories of crime.
I think you just changed the subject.
No, I didn't change the subject. No, same subject.
No, but you said, you talk about police. But the question was,
how is a black female commissioner?
So that has nothing to do with defunding the police. What I'm saying is, I'm hoping with her presence there at that level that she will be able to push down the importance of having a different relationship with the community,
and that's going to stop crime.
That it will be more proactive and help to reduce crime, is what I'm saying. Will it stop crime?
I don't see how. I don't see how that even correlate like that. I don't see how that would
but you know what, though,
difference.
As we said, though, we know that all too often one of the reasons why people, why the crime rate is where it is because people don't say anything. Did you put the topic up there? People don't say anything. Crime happens. We know who's committing the crime. But the relationship with the police departments are so jacked up that no one says anything, versus people feeling comfortable with people feeling comfortable with interacting with the police department and feeling like their issues and their problems are going to be heard and addressed. So again, I just hope that having a lady in that position, will make a difference. And I think that it will.
All right. So let's slide on to our next. Yeah, let's slide on to our next topic.
Okay, so we got.
You pick the next one.
Okay, all right. So these are the three, and I'll pick the next one. Do we really need everybody's support? I don't mean to be a pain, but and COVID, the second shutdown. All right. I'm gonna go with because it doesn't look like they're gonna join us. Do we really want everybody's support? Now let's just say that, when we talked about this, we were talking about as far as support in our struggle.
Right.
Do we really want everybody to help us? Is it really an all hands on deck as far as people being a part of this struggle that we're in for equality and equity? And the short answer is, Nike, from my perspective, is yeah, we do want everybody's help. We do want everybody's help. But let me put this caveat in there. I do recognize that, unfortunately, sometimes it can become a distraction, and we do have to avoid that at all costs. You know, sometimes you might have somebody that's involved with your movement or your fight involved to help you, and they cause more harm because they become the focus of, you know, them and their personal issues become the focus versus what they're in it to fight. But to answer the question, I do think that we need everybody's help.
Okay. I just to piggyback on that, I would say that I would say that we do need everybody's support. Because especially in a movement like the one that we're in. Because the thing is, we aren't in this by ourselves.
Right,
Right.
right. As we're realizing now.
When yeah, as we're realizing. So I'm always saying, Black power. I'm always saying, my people. And that's who I'm looking out for, my people, because we've gotten such a bad deal.
Mm.
But in saying that, I just want to also say that it's not really about race. What people don't understand is the issues that we are currently facing have nothing to do with race.
Absolutely.
There will be a scapegoat, however, and I could see Black people being a scapegoat to other people when the shit hits the fan, literally, right? So I say yes, we need everybody, because look, this movement has nothing to do with religion. It has nothing to do with color. The movement really has nothing to do with your financial status. It has nothing to do with where you live. It has nothing to do with any of that. So, and let me explain something else. The reason how we got into this is because on our page we see a lot of different posts, right? We see a lot of different religious posts. We see a lot of different anti-religious posts. We see a lot of variety of everything, which has no place in the movement. If you want my personal opinion, right? Because real brothers, we don't care who you call your God. I don't care personally.
Right.
You know what I mean? I have my own belief about that, and that's something that I believe, and that's my personal belief. So Stacy shouldn't care what I believe, and I shouldn't care what Stacy believes. As long as we care about what our end goal is. As long as we're in this together, trying to get to where we're trying to get equality, equity, social justice, equal opportunity, all of that, right? So that what religion you are in, that has nothing to do with any of that. So, and another thing too, right? So there was this one lady who was or who is a part of a group that worships Satan, right? And I know that's a big deal with Black folks, especially, we got a lot of Christians, we got a lot of Muslims, we got a lot of Jewish people, you know what I mean? Black Jewish people. So it would be unfair to tell a person that, if they, worship Satan or whatever. I mean, that's not my twist, right?
Right.
But if that's your twist, hey, you got the answer for that, not me.
But let me ask you this tonight. Let's say this. I do agree with you. It shouldn't make a difference. But in all actuality, we know that people are easily distracted. So at what point do you say, when you see that it's becoming a distraction, at what point do you say, okay, you know what, we have to go in a different direction? Because it can happen. I mean, and I don't know if that's the difference between dealing in reality versus dealing in the way we want things to be, because you're right. Your religion or any of your personal beliefs shouldn't have any bearing on,
I don't.
where you
you're
think, or your
right.
or on your fight. If you're in this fight and we're all trying to get to Z, but
Right.
if the fact that, let's just say, the person we were talking about that worships Satan, if now everybody's talking about that, then is
That
that
takes away
okay?
from the message. Right. That
Right,
takes away from.
right.
But the thing is, okay, so if you're gonna ban that person, right?
Mm.
Then like, so how can you ban that person for their beliefs and not ban someone else who's talking about their beliefs? Like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't
See,
agree with their belief. Like, it's a whole bunch of beliefs that I see
absolutely.
posted that I don't really truly believe in. You know what I mean? But I'm not going to down talk, or I'm not going to, talk shit about somebody else's religion. Hey, that's on them.
But the
That's
question
between
is, though,
them
Knight,
and what
right?
they believe.
But again, at what point does the distraction become so destructive to the movement? And unfortunately, and again, I'm not saying that I agree with it. Sometimes people will say, well, you know what, you think X, Y, and Z, or your leader or somebody that's a big part of your movement is on, believes this, and it starts to discredit the movement as a
Well,
whole.
see, that's different. If you're talking about a leader of the movement and their beliefs are different than most of the people in their movement,
Right.
right? Then yeah, I can see that having an effect. But just a supporter of the movement, what? Let me ask you a question. So, if there was a person who was believed in their what's that flag? Their Confederate flag.
Right.
You know what I mean? They
Right.
believed in
Wow.
their Confederate flag or whatever,
Mm.
but they said, I believe in Black Lives Matter, but
Wow.
I believe in my history too.
Wow.
So do you
It's interesting.
now not
Question.
right? Can you set aside their beliefs and let them support what you're doing?
Now that's interesting, Knight, because I guess that will go to the argument of symbolism. Um, what you truly believe versus what that flag symbolizes to a lot of people. Because if that flag itself that you proudly fly on your car is offensive to 99% of the people in the movement, then I think you would have to do something about that. You would have to say, okay, person.
So you're
I
saying we don't
understand that.
need that support? Like,
I mean,
keep that support.
but you know what? Because again, Nike,
I
if
get that. I can get that
let's,
though. I get that.
I mean, right, because then we have to talk about reality versus, the way things should be. Okay, I understand that and that was their argument. That was the people that believed in the Confederate flag. That was their argument, that this flag represents, the struggle and personal
That's
freedoms. And
bullshit though, because
well,
they
we
lost.
can only go by what
They
they said,
lost.
though. I mean,
Right.
I agree again, but we can only go by what they said. And
Right. You
if they
celebrating the
said,
loss. Celebrating
right,
that L.
but again, if that's what they said, and we see them at all the marches, but but they're walking around with that flag, with that symbol on, and it's offensive to 99% of the people. Oh, that's what if it's a swastika? If they
Yeah.
say, if they
I
walk
think
around
that
with
was a bad example I gave. That was a bad example, but I was trying to see. That was a bad
I mean, I
example,
understand what you say.
but you
I
know what I
understand
mean.
what you're
I was just
saying.
trying to pull out like the differences. You know what I
Basically, the
mean?
worst case scenario.
Right. Right.
And I get that, but see, but again,
So in other words, we're saying we don't want everybody's support. Some people, they can keep their support for real, for real.
see, but I don't think no, I don't think that, Nike. I think because if someone truly believes that they're trying to get to the same final direction that I am, I want your support. Now again, and actually, Nike, I think that's a challenge, because if that symbol that you're wearing on your shirt, if every time we go out in the public, we have to spend an hour explaining
Why you got
went,
that bullshit on? Yeah.
Right.
Right,
You know,
yeah.
is that counterproductive? Yes.
Right.
Maybe can you wear a different shirt? You know, but
Right. Can you keep that shit? You know what I mean? Keep your personal shit personal.
we
If
still
it ain't
want
about
this.
the movement, you shouldn't be posting it
Well, but then at the same,
on the site for the movement. You know
but
what I mean?
night, but at the
Because
same
that's your
time
personal
though,
beliefs.
but then at the same time though, when the Christians say before this march, let's get down and pray.
Hey, yeah, it's
I mean,
it's a double-edged sword.
Agree. Or are we saying that? Wow, I guess we're saying that as long as your position agrees with the masses,
Yeah, and it can't be that way, man. That's what I'm saying.
that's not
Like
right.
that's not cool. You know what I'm saying?
So in the instance that the reason why this came up, like you said, the lady that's a devil worshiper or Satan believes in Satan, we want her support, but we don't want you out there talking about your religion where everybody else
Where
can.
yeah, see, that's what I'm saying. Like, is that
Wow.
is that a version of you know, what do they
Political
call
correctness.
not political correctness, but censorship? You know what I mean?
True.
Are we
True.
censoring? You
True.
know what I mean? Should
Yeah.
we be censoring people's stuff? You know what I mean?
Because while, like we said, before this march, before we make this march, we're gonna all hold hands and say a prayer.
Right.
But you know,
But then
but we
that's
don't
the
want
Christian
you to.
folks. What about the Muslim folks? They say a different prayer. Or they
I mean,
looking
but
like, well, what about
right.
you know what I'm saying? So like that's why I say that religion, like all of those criteria that I gave before should have nothing to do with the movement. That's what I'm saying. Like it should be a sole focus
On the movement.
on the movement, what we're trying to accomplish, you know, and that sort of deal. Because anything that's going to be a distraction is, you know, they already have us divided anyway. We're
True.
divided anyway, so we
True.
don't need further division inside the movement that we're trying to create. You get what I mean? Like,
So okay, so you just saying basically keep it all out.
I say keep it all out.
Keep all your personal stuff out.
All your personal stuff. Like, I don't need to hear about, you know,
no prayers. No prayers before the march.
I mean, you know, I would be a hypocrite if I sat there and prayed before March, and that's not what I believe. You know what I'm saying?
True.
I'm not saying that you can't pray.
I mean, but
you can pray
sometimes
if that's what you believe. You know what I'm saying? That lady that worshiped the devil, she can go over there and pray on her. You know what I mean? Go behind that tree over there and pray to the devil. Do whatever you do.
Just don't do it in front of anybody else.
Just don't, just don't bring that shit to me. You know what I mean?
But again, you're talking about
my
everybody,
God is in here,
not just her. Right.
My God is in here.
But again, you're not talking about you're talking about everybody, not just the person that worships the devil.
Right.
Okay.
Right. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, so again, the bottom line is like, I guess we both agree that we do want everybody's support. You know, it is all hands on deck.
Right.
But we just gotta
need
keep
everybody's
personal stuff.
Baggage. Right.
Right. Correct. Or I mean baggage. I mean, it's
not baggage, but you know what I'm saying? We
damn. You a Christian, that's baggage.
Right, yeah. Make it
you
about the movement,
God?
not about the
like you a heathen.
I ain't a heathen. No, my God is in here. I believe in God. God,
right.
Me and God is like this.
Right.
It's all here.
Right. I got you.
I'm in tune, brother. I'm in tune.
I got you. All right. So the last two we got left, Night. We got, I don't mean to be a pain, but then we have COVID, the second shutdown. Where we going?
All right, I got to get this because I know we running out of time.
Yeah,
so I'm going to hit
minutes.
the COVID second shutdown joint. All right. So
this joint is pissing me off. Though. I got to be honest, Night. It's pissing me off.
And there's a reason. There's a reason behind it. And nope. I'm not going.
This is a 10 hat Night. You can't put the 10 hat on.
See, that's what I'm talking about, man.
Is Bill Gates tracking us? Go ahead, Night. Go ahead.
No, I'm not putting it. Hey, first of all, COVID is real. Let me let y'all know that COVID is real. Both
No
my
question
sons
about that.
have COVID right now.
Oh, your
Terrell
son got
has COVID. Yeah. Terrell has COVID.
How's he doing? He doing all right?
Nico has COVID. And my grandson, Noli, got COVID.
How they doing? They doing all right?
They doing all right. They getting
Okay.
better, but they still got some days into their quarantine.
Wow.
And they
Okay.
starting to
Yeah, I had
to
it.
feel a little.
I
They
had
lost
it.
the taste and they lost their smell, lost the taste, all that. You know what I'm saying?
It's no joke. It's real.
It's real.
And
like,
Bill Gates didn't track me.
Right. Whoever telling you that the shit ain't real, they lying to you.
A bunch of crap. Right.
Yeah, that's a bunch of bullshit.
Right.
So what I'm saying is there is COVID, right? But there's also some other stuff at work that's going on.
What you mean?
I've been sending out links all week about the Davos project.
Well, what they had to do with COVID?
Davos. Listen, the Davos agenda, right, deals with a lot of different subjects. It's these people from the World Economic Forum, right? These are the top, billionaires, world leaders, all that shit.
Right.
At the meeting, they were trying to address overpopulation, which was one of their things. The other thing that they were trying to address was this thing called the Great Reset. And don't, like I said, when I tell y'all something, don't look at me like I'm crazy. Go look it up. It's out there. Go look it up. I'm giving you.
I mean, but you can look up and find anything though, Nike. Just because it's out there doesn't mean that it's fact. But go ahead.
But if it's the World Economic Forum and they have this posted on their site,
right? Okay.
So you trying to say it's still fake?
No. What does it say about COVID specifically then?
It says COVID, COVID-19.
I don't believe you was able to work this in, Nike.
No. Because this has to do with the shutdown.
Okay.
COVID is the perfect time to implement the Great Restart. They said that at the forum. And now the second wave or the third wave of the whole shit is coming. They keep having these new variants, want you to get these new shots. This shit ain't gonna end until just like
it's not gonna end until what?
Huh?
It's not gonna
end until okay. Look at this, Stace.
Wait a minute, you gotta answer that question, Ike. You didn't answer the question. It's not gonna end until what?
It's not gonna end until they try to do this restart shit.
Wait a minute. So wait a minute. So you don't think that it'll end with everybody being vaccinated? You think that it's real, but you don't think vaccination is the answer? Everybody
don't want to get vaccinated.
I mean,
people are going to get vaccinated, but everybody's not going to want to get vaccinated.
I understand that.
The country is divided on that.
Well, see, but right, but now you talking about the doctors and all of the health professionals. I don't want to say all, but most of the health professionals are saying the way out of this is for enough people to be vaccinated so the spread will discontinue. Are you saying that you don't think that's the case because it's a part of some kind of big scheme to reset? Is that what you're saying?
Didn't they say that about the first COVID virus that came out? If everybody got the shot,
did they?
This shit would be, huh?
They did. They did say that.
A majority of the people had got the shot.
No, they didn't. No,
people got the shot. Yes, they
correct. Did. Well, you know what though, Knight? This wasn't the point of the conversation, but you worked it in. But Knight.
No, we talking about COVID. It's the same shit.
Right. We were talking about it's supposed to have been the second shutdown.
Right.
But Knight, but most of the people now that are getting deathly ill from this COVID and ending up in hospitals, most of those people are non-vaccinated. Therefore, if you extrapolate on that, then most of the people that get COVID that are vaccinated aren't winding up in the hospitals or dying. Therefore, the way out of this is for enough people to get vaccinated so that we can discontinue the spread. Now, the reason why we're having these variances is because with any other disease, say it again.
It's because what?
is because, like any other disease, Nike, everybody's body is different. So it gets in my body, and because of the chemical makeup of my body, it spits out, or when I spread it, I spread out something different than the next person. A variant. It changes. It's a living organism.
It changes, but are you sure about that scenario you just gave? Where'd you get that information from?
That's what the medical professionals say, Nike. But no one. But again, and that's why the medical bodies are saying the way out of this is that we need people to get vaccinated. You know, so if the same thing like measles, Nike. The way
but people get vaccinated when it first, like when Biden first got in office, they were pumping those vaccines out left and right. I'm telling you, a majority, they had up to 70-something% of the people had got vaccinated.
But listen to
they
this.
said that wait. That's why they said that it was okay for people to stop wearing masks at one point, and it was okay for people to open back up. But now they're saying that the rates now are starting to double because of this new variant.
But remember though, Nike. Now, okay. Well, first of all, if we have 350,000 people in this country, right? 350 million people in this country, and if you said 30% of the people didn't get vaccinated, that means 105 million people didn't get a vaccination. That's
but that means 295 did. I mean, 195 did.
Correct. So my point is that
they said at first that herd immunity was more than 70%. So we hit that number. So COVID should be going according to the first.
You still talking about 105 million people that are spreading, that are ending up in the hospitals, and that's still one. Let's just even say a third, or let's even go a fourth of the population still spreading this disease, clogging up the emergency rooms. And
but I'm telling you, I'm telling you what they said. I'm telling you what they said.
Who is they? Who is they?
The CDC. They said, look up herd immunity. They said that herd immunity would occur when 70-something% of the people got the shot.
But what's spreading now, though? What's spreading now? Is it the original COVID, or is it a variant of that COVID, of that disease?
Both.
No. The problem that we're having
regular COVID ain't spreading.
No. The problem that we're having.
That's not true. That's not true.
That is true.
My son's got it. How you gonna tell?
Well, first of all,
they haven't developed the test.
I got a question for you, Nike. I got a question for you. Do you know the version of COVID that your sons have?
I know it ain't the Omicron.
How do you know that?
Because the tests don't detect the store-bought tests don't detect Omicron. The Omicron virus.
Is that a fact, Nike? Or you just saying that?
Look it up.
Is that a fact?
Look it up.
You didn't answer my question. Do you know that as a fact?
That's a fact.
That your sons took the test and it came up positive.
They took the store-bought test, they got that the store-bought test don't cover Omicron.
All right. Well, so Nike. So okay, let's bring it back on topic. So are you saying that COVID is not going to go away because the people that attended this meeting wants it to spread?
That's not
okay.
You do that every show. You do that.
That's why I asked the question.
You put words in my mouth every show.
That's why I asked the question.
All right.
What are you saying about the Davos? They mentioned COVID in the Davos agreement. What did they say about it? They
said that this is a perfect time to implement the Great Reset.
Meaning what?
Because of COVID.
Meaning what? What do they mean by that?
Check it out.
The Great Reset?
No. When they say that this is a perfect time to initiate the Great Reset because COVID is here. So I mean, so they're looking at this as an opportune time, right?
Right.
So they're benefiting from this. The fact that it's spread because they have an agenda. They want to implement something.
Right.
So with that being said, then now this group, the Davos Agreement, it will benefit them for COVID to continue so that they can implement what they want to implement, right?
Yep. Yep. Because
See,
for one, they making money from the pharmaceutical companies too. That's for one. But the other thing is they're trying to change. They're trying. So
because this the 10-4 hat joint, Nike. You do realize that,
all
right?
right, all right, all right.
Nike,
No,
this
I
the
ain't
10-4
even
hat, man.
going. I ain't even.
Because Nike, I mean, you know, I think.
But
like,
that's what I was trying. That's what I was trying to explain to you before. It's hard knowing stuff like. It's hard taking like we was talking about the Matrix. It's hard taking the red pill when everybody else is taking
yeah, but
the
the
blue
problem
pill,
is, Nike,
because
that
then
this
you
stuff,
seem like you crazy, and I'm not. I know I'm not crazy because I know what I know.
But Nike, okay, but what about the FDA and these other organizations that are saying get vaccinated? What about them? Are they not factual?
We're not talking about vaccination though.
Well,
Stace. That's what I'm saying.
Nike, because what they're saying is the way out of this is for people to take the vaccine. Is that the case, or is that not the case?
That's what they say. Well, we will see. We shall see, because that's what I'm saying. The first COVID-19 came out and people took the vaccination,
But
and
not
now
enough.
they're saying that it's a mutation. Now this other matter of fact, this is the second mutation.
Correct.
And
it was
now,
Delta,
and
now this one.
Now this one. So now so every time, like, they keep moving the goalposts, right?
No, but
So
Nike, but in biology though,
we reached the numbers for herd immunity, right? So now there's something else. So now we got to do it again. So now when that one changed, we're gonna have to do it again. Then that one changed, we're gonna have to do it again.
So you don't believe that's the case then? You don't believe that's the case. So why? What? So you don't believe that it's a variant? You don't believe that it's a variant? You think
yeah,
what?
It is a variant. What? Who said I didn't believe it was a variant?
But that's what I'm asking
you. You keep. Why do you keep doing that? Like, why do you keep putting these
words
in my mind? Like,
I'm only asking
your
questions.
Earphones because you hearing, like, you hearing ghosts or some shit.
I'm only asking questions. I mean, but I just think that the problem is, Nike, I think for me, is that
you have too much faith in the system.
No, you know what, Nike?
In the system, Stace.
Well, when you say the system, you mean is the FDA and is the FDA and the CDC and the medical doctors organization? Is that the system? When you say the system, is that what you mean? Are you referring to them?
That they're not the system, but they're part of the system.
Well,
you know that corporation.
No. Either they are or they not. Either they are or are you saying that the FDA and the CDC and the American Medical Association, they're part of the system that are giving us this fake information?
Yes.
Well, then you're right. I do have too much faith in the system.
What fake?
Well, then who do you listen to, Nike?
What fake information are you talking about?
No. Who's that? Okay. Well, because the FDA, the CDC, and the American.
You said, do I listen to the fake information? I'm
gonna tell you where I got this from. Listen.
All right.
The FDA. The FDA. See, you gave me COVID, nigga. All right. The FDA, the CDC, and the American Medical Association, as organizations, are saying the way out of this is for enough people to get vaccinated. Right. So
like they did the first time, right?
Correct.
With the herd immunity, right?
Agreed. So again,
what happened? Why didn't the herd immunity work?
Because it's a variant. So you're right. When I'm gonna answer your question, you said, well, actually, you made a statement that I have too much confidence in that system, and if that's the system, then you're right. Because I look at them as the professionals, and the same way that they say, Stace, you have a headache, take Tylenol. We take that Tylenol. But now all of a sudden, we have people that are saying that these people that we've been listening to all of our lives that eradicated measles, they basically eradicated mumps. They came up with a cure for all these diseases. Now we're saying they're part of the system and we shouldn't listen to them. Well, then who do you get your facts from?
I didn't say that.
Who do you get your facts from tonight? Who do you listen to?
When did you hear me say that we shouldn't listen to the CDC?
Well, you said they're part of the system. You said I have too much faith.
They are part of the system.
So who do you get who do you listen to then? Who do you get your facts from?
Which facts are we talking about?
Any medical facts. as it relates to this.
I get my medical facts from my doctor.
So if your doctor, but wait a minute, I would bet that your doctor, your medical doctor, is a part of the American Medical Association. So if he says, Terry, take this COVID shot, and it'll protect you and your family, are you going to say, well, you're part of the system, or are you going to take the shot?
Well, I'm going to take the shot because I don't really have a choice. You know what I mean? You really don't have a choice. You got to take the shot, right? You playing Russian roulette with your life. You don't really have a choice.
So you believe him then? We're in the same boat. Then. We both believe in him.
I'm like an 80, 20 or 70.
But then why are you paying attention? If you're 80% believing your doctor, why is this 20%?
80% believe in the system. Stacy, let me try. You
don't
attack.
Just
I'm not attacking. The
okay.
Corporations is what runs. Corporations run the country, not the government.
Okay, well, let's keep it with your doctor. Your doctor says take this shot. And you're gonna listen to him. He's a member of the American Medical Association.
Right.
What?
Right.
So what does he have to do with the corporations? That what is he making money from the shot? What?
He could be. What I know, I don't know.
But you believe him?
Believe what? To a certain
extent,
I have to. You don't have. What choice do you got?
We agree.
Oh, we agree
so
on
that
what?
20% though, that 20% fortunately you will take the shot. So that 20% that's not taking the shot, they're the reason why we're where we are today. Because they're still walking out here spreading it, not getting vaccinated, laying on their deathbed, talking about, I wish I would have taken a shot. Have you heard people that say that?
My sons took the shot. They still got it. That's my point.
But you know what? They're not in the hospital, and I pray to God. Thank God they took the shot, and they've always said that night. Just because you take Tylenol, that doesn't mean you'll never get a headache again. But the fact that they take you shot, that you took that shot, it protects you from it being fatal, mostly. Now, does that mean 100%? No. This medicine, nothing is 100% in medicine because of our body's makeup is different.
Then if you say they know what they're talking about, why are you against the second shutdown?
I'm not against the second shutdown. I'm saying that
you don't think you agree with it.
No, we didn't get that far.
When we first brought the topic up, you was like, I don't know if I agree with that. I got a problem with it. You said that.
Okay, I don't know why I said it. Maybe I was drinking, but but you know what though, Nike? Okay, you know what? No. Okay, let me put it this way though. As far as the second shutdown, what I think, I went out the other day, went into a restaurant, and had to show my card that I got vaccinated. Like, I was okay with that. Because I don't think that it's fair for those of us that took the shot to not be able to go out and live our lives because some people say they don't want to take the shot. Okay, and I think that it's not fair for a person with a private business that's trying to conduct their business to have to close it down when we have tools in place that can protect their customers from dying. Let me finish. That could possibly protect their customers from dying. I don't think it's fair for the government to come in and say, shut everything down because these other people don't want to take this shot. No, I say, if you don't want to take the shot and you can't take the shot and walk around with your card to show, then yeah, you need to isolate because it's not fair. So the
thing is, when they shut down, they're not shutting down just for people who didn't take the shot. They shutting down for everybody.
Exactly, and that's why I say that those that haven't taken the shot, then you shouldn't be able to reap the benefits of everything that's out there because you chose to not take the shot.
But people that did take the shot, they're not reaping the benefits either if there's a national shutdown.
I agree. But I was able to reap the benefits of it because I had my card showing that I took the shot. So if you don't want to take the shot.
I don't even know what I had the shot, but I had 2 shots from Moderna. I think it was Moderna.
See, I done messed up and got the Johnson & Johnson.
And I don't even know what my card is. But look,
go ahead.
They got a solution for that too.
You can download the app.
I'll be damned if I'm getting that one.
What? Get what?
RFID.
What is that?
RFID. They got it's like, you know how when you get your dog chipped?
Like, what are you talking about? Oh, you talking about something in your skin?
Yeah, they got things where they can put that in you and identify if you got your shot and all that shit.
I mean, look,
Would you be willing to do that?
No, because I downloaded an app. So no, right for now, no, I wouldn't be willing to do that. I downloaded an app that I can pull up, and it's called, what is it called? I downloaded the other day. It's called, what is it called? It's called Docket. I put my information in here, and anytime I go somewhere night, I can pull my phone up, they can scan it, and it shows you the date that I got my shot. So am I at the point where I'm willing to download, put something under my skin to show that I got a shot?
Not under your skin, but you don't have to because you already got it in your phone. You got it in that external brain of yours.
But as I said, if the fact that I want to go out to a restaurant and go to a movie theater, I'm willing to do that, because again, it's not fair to those of us that did that. To the other ones that didn't. Basically, they're sitting in the cut saying, well, I'm waiting for herd immunity to protect me. No, everyone needs to go out. And you know what night was crazy? Before going to school, we all took all these shots, right? We took measles, we took mumps, we took smallpox, we did tetanus. We did all of those shots, and we got all of our kids those shots before going to school, didn't we? Right?
Yep.
And we got to show those shot records before we go to school, right?
Yep.
Now, all of a sudden, there's a problem. And don't give me that nonsense that we don't know what's in it. Like, what's in Tylenol? I didn't say
that we don't know. Who knows what's in it? That's not the issue.
But that's the issue that's in that. Well, you took the shot, so I'm not really talking about you. Oh. That's the argument of some people. Well, I don't know what's in it. Go away with that dumb stuff.
Yeah, you don't know what's in Tylenol. You don't know what's in Viagra. You don't know what's in, you know what I mean?
See, but none of this shit you take. Unfortunately, Nike, I don't think it's a far leap from saying I'm not going to take the shot because I don't know what's in it. It's not a far leap from that on to, well, the FDA and the American Medical Association and the CDC are part of the machine, and they're implanting tracking devices in our arms. It's not a far leap to get to that.
Nobody, yeah. That's kind of like planting devices and all that. I don't know if I believe.
But you just mentioned that. You just said that there's a way to put something.
There is a way to do that. There is a way to do it. RFIDs, yeah. You can put that shit in your arm or wherever. Yeah, you can do that shit. I'm not saying that they doing it. I didn't say that that's what they doing, but it can be done.
Technology,
I think
technically, it can't be done. I know
think
that.
I read something that they was doing that in Sweden, actually.
Nike, you know what? Listen, as it relates to technology, we know the technology is there to do it. I don't question that at all.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
But I think my problem is to say that people are doing that to keep track, I
didn't say people are doing it. I said it can be done. I said, would you do it? I
agree with that.
I said, would you do
it? I'm not there yet. I don't feel a need to do it yet. No.
I didn't say that's what they're doing, but the CDC and all of those government run facilities, they are part of the systems those days. Don't be fooled by like.
Well, it sounds like you and I both are on board with the system then, as you said, because you took the shot because your doctor, who's a part of the system, says it's a good idea. So it looks like we're in the same boat.
Yeah, we is in the same boat. So I don't know what's in my body, but hey, fuck it. You know what I'm saying? But the thing is, we need to be careful of what's coming down the pike. Because like I said, the Great Reset has to do with people's livelihoods. You know what I'm saying? So a second shut. Just imagine if you went through the first. If you was blessed enough to get through the first shutdown, right? Where you couldn't work, you couldn't pay your bills, you couldn't eat, you couldn't. You know what I'm saying? And then they talking about doing it again.
Right. The country couldn't stand that again. And think about all the mental problems that happened as a result of that.
But it's coming. That's the thing.
I don't think it will happen though. I think that this country realizes, and that's why these shots are becoming mandatory, because I think this government realizes that we can't do this again. And this is another reason why I say that. When they shut everything down the first time, they had to give people money to survive, because a lot of people in certain industries couldn't go to work. I don't think they realize they can't do that again. And think about all the businesses that had to shut down.
Plan.
But I don't think so. Again, I don't think that another massive shutdown is going to happen. I think that the way that they're going to do it now, this time, is going to be mandates. The same way that Google and a lot of these other large organizations are saying that if you're not vaccinated, you can stay home without pay. And I think that's what they're going to do. And I agree with that.
Yeah,
I agree with that.
Right.
You stay home without pay. I do.
Stay home without pay.
Stay home without pay, because some people will use that as an excuse. You know what? I made more, and I heard it, Nike. I made more money staying home than going to work, so I'll stay home again. I heard it happen.
I've heard that too. I've heard it. So
I agree with that. You know what? Either you get the shot, or you won't be able to partake in these social. Like there are already things closing. I think Broadway is closing down. They're shutting down some of their shows. Some aspects of, especially like entertainment and leisure, are already starting to shut down. We can't have a total shutdown again.
That's all a part of the Great Reset.
They
don't look. They're trying to get rid of. What is it called? Like mom and pop businesses.
Who's they?
The top. Those people at the top. Those corporations. They don't want no competition from mom and pop shops. They want you to have to go to Amazon. They want you to have to go to Google, or they want you to have to get your shit from them.
So they did what? So what did they do to make sure that? So what did they do to make sure that to help run these mom and pop shops out of business? They did what?
Well, for one, all the cargo ships that's in on the coast of California that's just sitting there full of goods, right? So have you noticed that there's a shortage of shit on the grocery shelves in certain stores?
Absolutely. Huh? I'm in retail. I understand.
Yeah, right. That's not by coincidence. That's not a coincidence.
No. They can't get those things off of the shelves. But do you know why, Knight?
Because they have it's a shortage with the shipping. It's a shortage because of the shipping and the shipping supply, the supply chain. The supply chain is all fucked up.
No, but Knight, you just said there are a lot of ships sitting off the coast of the West Coast that they can't unload them. And my question to you is, why can't they unload them?
Because the supply chain was fucked up with COVID.
No, but
you had all these. Listen,
no, but Knight, the supply chain. But what you just described though is not an issue with the supply chain, because the supply is there. It's just sitting on ships off the coast of California. That has nothing to do with the supplies. The supplies are already shipped. We can't get it off of the ships. So what I'm asking you is,
exactly. That's what I'm saying. There's a problem with the supply chain.
No, Knight.
If you can't get the shit off the ships, how they gonna get on the shelves?
But Knight. No, listen. See, okay, I think we're breaking down somewhere. A supply chain issue would be that you can't even get them on the ships. I can't supply you with the things that you need. That is not the issue.
Supply chain is from
it's a distribution problem
from the producer to the consumer. If the goods aren't getting to the consumer, then there's an issue with the supply chain.
Well, Knight, let me help you out. The reason there's a problem is because you don't have the workers. Because a lot of those positions, those employees are saying, I don't want to go back to work. That's why Biden, one of the things that he did was he had a meeting with Walmart and some of those large organizations to say, I need you to start working around the clock to to get this stuff off of the ships. So it's not an issue with the supply. The supplies are there. They're just sitting on the ships.
Right.
So that has nothing to do with the supply chain, Knight.
Who did he go to? He went to Walmart. He went to Amazon. He didn't go to the mom and pop shops and say that. See, that's what I'm saying.
That's all supplies, Knight.
They're squeezed.
Knight. But Knight, on those ships, it's not just Walmart's and those big companies' supplies. Those are all supplies. Anything coming from China, whether it's going to Walmart or whether it's going to or a poppy store.
Can a mom and pop shop survive without having their supplies?
The same way the Walmarts cannot. No, neither one can.
So can Walmart can survive more than the mom and pop shop because they sell everything to everybody.
So you think that Walmart set this up, Knight?
No. Oh my God, man.
Well, you said the 1% to drive out the mom and pop stores. So you think that those companies like Walmart set this up to make the mom and pop stores got a business?
The people that run the corporation, the people that remember how I told you that there's only four conglomerates that own the 127 corporations that run everything in the U.S.
Right. I'm saying
remember?
Right. Yeah.
So they control all the supply chain. They control what goods we see, what goods we don't. They control all of that.
Listen.
What?
Oh, go ahead. Finish your thought. I'm sorry.
And that has to do with like, so if all of that came from the first shutdown, if they have another shutdown, what you think gonna happen?
Yeah, I mean, it's gonna be curtains. All right, Knight. It's 20 after.
Damn, we went for a minute this time.
I disagree with you 100% as it relates to that.
What? But a second shutdown?
No. As far as the this whole thing was orchestrated by an organization to drive the mom and pop stores out of business. I disagree with that 100%.
Okay.
But but it's been an hour and a half, so
actually did it happen a lot in the first shutdown? A lot of mom and pop shops went out of business.
A lot of businesses got hurt. Yes.
Yeah. Yes. All right. So a sucker shutdown. What do you think gonna happen?
I guess if you look at the results from the first one, even more businesses are going to go out of business. But I don't think that there's a group sitting up there saying, "Let's
it just happened
make the
just
supply
because.
chain happen." No, I told you what I think happened. There's an issue with the employees. They don't have the people to get.
So you blaming the employees?
I'm not blaming anybody. I'm saying as a result of
you said
COVID,
the issue is because of the employees.
Right. It's a labor issue, not a matter of some people sitting in the office somewhere saying we're gonna create a choke point to drive the little stores out of business. I don't agree with that. That's what I'm saying. I don't agree with that.
All right.
So
you saying it's the employees. It's the employees' fault.
You know what? You know what's funny?
What?
I specifically said I did not say that. I said it's a result of a COVID that's causing people not working because of COVID, etc. But I don't think it's some people sitting in a smoky room somewhere saying let's create a choke point so that we could drive out make the small businesses go under. I specifically said that. Okay. I don't agree with that. I don't think it's people in the smoky room making these decisions. 1% of the people making the decisions affect the whole. That's what I disagree with.
You don't think that?
No, at all. At all. I don't.
You don't think there's a 1% that's controlling?
There is a 1%. But are they up there?
You don't think they're controlling everything that goes on in the government and the corporate, like at the top? You don't think they're instructing people at the middle and at the bottom to do what they do?
No.
Okay.
I don't think so.
All right.
But anyway, all right. Listen, it's 20 out there. Yeah. I need you to take off your. I need you tonight to take off your tin hat.
There you go with the tin hat.
All right. It's not a tin hat. It's just silver.
All right. I'm a force feed you the red pill, man, because that blue pill shit you done took. That shit got you.
You know. All right. In closing, night. What you got?
Like,
man?
Fuck that. I want my steak. Stay said I got to have my steak.
All right, Mike. In closing, man, what you got?
Hey man, I just want to say, you know, everybody just be careful and do your research, man. Like, don't listen to me because I don't, you know what I mean, who the fuck am I? Like, don't listen to me. Do your own research. Get out there and look for some shit, man. It's all out there if you just you know, if you want to take it. But yeah, I'm saying once you take that red pill, you know what I mean? And once you take that red pill, you ain't gonna be able to go back.
All right. All right, so and I'm
thank
here
y'all for coming
representing
to our digital neighborhood. I'm TL, and if you got some parting words, Stace, let them know.
Yeah,
what,
I do, Knight.
know,
And
what's
I'm here to represent the blue pill. If you like steak, you know, I'm here to say, I hope you enjoyed yourself, y'all. It was fun, like Knight said, man. You know, I hope you found yourself in one of these positions. Thank you for joining us. We're gonna continue to do what we're doing. You know, it's fun. We hope we spark some thought and some conversation. And I do agree with Nike. You know, do your own research. Do your own research.
Man, do your own research.
There's nothing wrong with that. And don't forget, you can catch the podcast on all of the major platforms. Please click the subscribe button on YouTube so that we can see what we're looking like. And you know, thank you for joining us, y'all. All right.
Right.
All right.
Thanks.
Peace.